you? This is Miss Beth with Madison 4-H coming to you from the Extension office, and we are going to wow you today. We are going to make paper. Yes, no more, can you say, Mom, I'm out of school paper. Nope, you can make your own out of recycled old homework. Yes, you can. And this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a blender. You're going to need some water. You're going to need some old paper. You're going to need a pan, some towels, paper towels, something you can actually decorate your paper with, a couple of rubber bands, and these molds. Now, and a piece of screen, okay? Do not take the screen out of the windows at your house. Don't do that. That's not a good thing. Basically what these are, my husband built these, but you can use a picture frame, a wooden picture frame. Just take the glass and the cardboard out and you have it. That's one. It doesn't have anything in it. The other one is covered with some more screen, and I've taped the edges so that the screen won't kind of tear away, and then I've stapled it to the board. So what we'll do is I will put these down, and the first thing that we have to do is we have to prepare our paper, okay? We have to get ready to make our paper. So what we've done is I've got some scraps of paper here, and it can be any kind of paper. It can be newspaper, it can be magazines, any kind, but I've shredded some old documents that I had to get rid of, and so it's just shredded paper. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put, well, first of all, I'm going to fill up my blender bowl here about 3/4 of the way with water. Okay, then I'm going to stick some paper in here. Okay, I've got some strips of paper that were cut. I've got some that were shredded in the shredder. That was shredded. And I'll just stick that down in there. And we just want to get ready to blend it all together. Now, like I said, you can use newspaper or any kind of paper. So let's see how this does. Okay, keep your fingers crossed that it works. Okay, so now I have like a pulp, okay? And it's watery paper that's kind of nasty, but hey, that's part of it. So we're gonna blend it a little bit more, about a minute. Here we go. Okay, you don't want to do it too much or all the fibers, because paper is made of pulp fibers or wood fibers, okay? And if you get it too small, they'll go through the screen. All right, so our next thing that we have to do is we have to prepare our screen. Now, what I've done, my mold, this one, you see, this will be the top of that. I will place my mold directly on it. Now I want to keep it tight, so I have a couple of rubber bands that I'm going to put on the ends to keep them straight in the pulp. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so I've poured the rest of the water in our pan, and now we're going to take and make sure that that one's on top. Okay, see that? We want the screen on top. I'm going to place this in the water. Okay, I'm then going to take my paper pulp and pour it in. All right, so here goes. I don't think I'll need all of it, so I'll swish it around a little bit. I'm going to spread it out on our thing there. Okay, so the first one that we're gonna make is not gonna have anything in it, okay? It's just gonna be plain white paper. And you wanna make it so that it's all kind of the same thickness. Add a little bit more. Okay. And we'll pull it up. Okay, there's our paper so far. So our next step will be to we'll move this aside, take our top mold off, shoot rubber bands, yep, oops. Very gently take it off, lay it aside. Okay, then I'm gonna lay this right here. I'm gonna take my other screen. I'll take some paper towels, where you can see it. And I'm just gonna kind of blot it, trying to get as much of the water out as you can. This is good to do with a sponge also, but I don't have a sponge today, so I'm gonna use a paper towel. Okay, so now we're going to turn it over, and our paper now sticks to the screen. Okay, see that? Now we can take a couple of paper towels and we'll transfer it to there and let it dry. Beep, beep. Look at there. There's our paper. So I'm going to go put it out in the sunshine and let it dry. You can dry it with a heat blow dryer, but since it's so hot outside today and the sun's shining, I'm going to go use the sun. Solar power. Besides, it's free. Smoothies, anyone? Nah, just kidding. Okay, so here's a couple of things that you can add. All right, you gotta add some glitter. You can add some paint if you want to make it a different color. And you can add some fibers. I actually have, this is actually yarn that I pulled apart. That's fibers. And this is what I'm going to use on this one, is some string fibers. Got a whole bunch of little pieces of string that I've cut up. So let's see what this one will do. Put some more in there. Hope it doesn't get wrapped around the blade. Put our lid on, and away we go. We'll see how this does. Okay, I got to put my screen, my mold back together. And here is one rubber band. And I shot the other rubber band right here. Oop, drop that fiber too. Okay, so we have our rubber bands on the sides. And remember, make sure that the screen is between the two. I did it wrong last time. Okay, put the mold in the water. And it's not covered in the water, but we'll see how this goes. All right, let's shake it up here. See if we can't pour it in there and get our paper made. We don't want our paper too thick or it won't dry. So Didn't use it all. But you can put the pulp straight into the water and then scoop it up like you're panning for gold. But I don't particularly like to do that. I like to be able to pour it right in, and that way I can kind of use my hands to make it even, because you don't want some of your paper thicker than the other. Okay, so we'll squish it around a little bit. Pull it up out of the water. Lean it to its side. It'll help the water, that excess water, drip out. But you can actually see the string, the fibers, in our paper. This is going to be cool. So you could write your friend a letter on this paper that you made, or your teacher, or your preacher, or your favorite 4-H agent. That would be me. Well, maybe. All right, so we got the extra water off, dripping a little bit. Okay, take our rubber bands off without shooting them off somewhere. Maybe. Okay. One more little drip that way. Drip that way. All right. So it's got a lot of water in it. Put it down here. Take our mold off gently. Slide it over. Now we take our extra piece of screen. Okay. You can see the water coming out of it. You can do it with your hands a little bit to help. And then we can get some paper towels. Best to use a sponge because we're, but guess what? We could recycle these and make paper out of them on our next time. Now we will flip it over onto our extra screen there. Get a good look at that new paper there. And we will then do it onto a paper towel. Paper towel on top, it's easier that way. Okay, and flip it. See if we can get it to come off. Gently, 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 gently peel. All right, so there you go. We'll go put it out in the sun and let it dry, and we'll see how it works. All right, so our paper is dry. Here are 3 pieces. This is the first one that I did with just plain white paper. It does have some marks on it from where I laid it down, but that's our first piece of paper. Pretty neat. And here's the one that I put the strings in and the white paper. You can actually see the strings in it. It's pretty awesome. And then this one is the one that I did last. You can actually see some of the particles, the paper, the recycled paper that never really got blended up. So it's a little bit, it's got that in it. It's also got some string left in it. And if you look real close, it has glitter. I added some glitter. So, 3 different papers, 3 different kinds. They're pretty thick. You don't have to make them this thick. They dry faster if they're not thick. But no excuses for running out of paper this school year. So make you some paper, and whatever you do, just have fun doing it. All right, this is Miss Beth signing off for Wow Wednesday in Madison 4-H. Have a great day. See you next time.